Hello again. My name is Yakujerb or Jakujerb, and today we're taking a look at this Anna player, Maki. I'm quickly gonna read their thing. Hello there, gold support here. They're creating this post to ask for VOD reviews. They posted two VODs. I'm probably just gonna do the one. No offense, but yeah. My background, I first played this game at the end of season 26, very recently. So I have no idea what season this is. but I guess that's recent. You've never played FPS focused on PvP before, not your tape, but you got into Overwatch, and your goal is to maybe climb to high plat before Overwatch 2 releases. Reasonable goal, respectable. For the majority of the season, you've played Mercy, but now you're trying to learn other supports, Anna, Baptiste, and maybe Lucio. Um, that's good. It's good to be able to play more than one. I've never been a sharpshooter. I feel like most of my good hits come from luck or bad luck from my opponent. Yeah, I mean, I always say like it's much better to put yourself in a situation where you can land easy shots than to take positions where you're forced to take difficult shots. So a good aim definitely helps, but I think positioning is just more important than aim most of the time. So yeah, from the two VODs that you can check below, I know that I tend to miss my Bionade and use my Nano not for pushing, but most of the time trying to save a teammate. I'll try to point out situations where you can use your Nano offensively. I guess I'll look out for those, but defensive Nanos are fine as well. Like you've also got to use them. Ideally, you want to use both. um, so yeah, I'm here to get advice how to get better game sense, positioning, and how to play and how effectively. Wonderful. So before we get started, first things first, let's have a look at your team comp and the map. So you've got Anna Bap. That's pretty good healing. Like having a Bap to back you up is pretty good. You means you can both be more offensive than if you add another support. Rhine Hog, not ideal, but you can't hate it. And Reaper Torb. So with the Reaper, and the Reinhardt, they're probably both gonna want to brawl. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. You want to keep them alive while they're brawling, and maybe get a Bionade on Reaper to help his self heal as well, stuff like that. Torb just does Torb things. He just does a shitload of damage. Like can't really. I mean, not much to say there. He spams. He does damage. It's good. As for the map, Blizzard World, pretty good map for Anna. Like, there's generally a lot of places you can take cover while keeping your team alive. I'd say, yeah, it's generally a good map for Anna. Like, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, let's get started. May as well skip forward. Wonderful. Okay, wait a sec. I analyzed the wrong team. Sorry, I was looking at the blue team. Okay, you've got a Mercy with you. Mercy Anna's good. That means Mercy's probably gonna take care of your DPS, which means you have to focus on the tanks. Yeah, so sorry about this. I looked at the wrong team. You've got a Reaper. I guess same thing applies. You've got Zarya Sigma. That's not a great team, not a great tank line, to be honest. I know it's quite common around gold, but honestly, like Ryan, aggressive Ryan, like we've already said they've got a Ryan. Aggressive Ryan can just push out the Sigma, and the Zarya is not going to save him. Like if the enemy team puts resources into their Ryan, he's just going to run over your tank line. If he's good. So that means you're probably gonna. I mean, you just focus on the tanks basically. Mercy's got the DPS, you've got the tanks. That's what you should be thinking. So sorry, I looked at the wrong team. That's embarrassing. Okay, so trying to get a few shots in here. That's okay. I want to say that's okay. It's not really what you should be doing. Like, it's fine because your team's still moving in. They're not really taking damage yet, but not really what you should be doing. It's something you could be doing, not something you should be doing. Completely useless nade. No one there was damaged. Yeah. Now you're without nade for a while. You don't have to use it on cooldown. Like, you just don't have to. Yeah, no, you're being a little bit too aggressive. You wanna. I mean, you're a support. Like, in a situation like this, like you came here and you scoped in on the Reaper. Instead, like it would have been better to move around here because your team were here, so that you can like snipe through your team. Is a very good strategy to like both be offensive and defense. So if your team takes damage, you're hitting them, but if your team doesn't take damage, you're actually shooting through them and hitting the target. So that's something you could have done there if you want to be aggressive. But all in all, like you shouldn't be being aggressive right now. You should be keeping. That's not really your job right now. Where I hear Ryan charging? Oh, there he is. Yeah, audio cue is important. Like Ryan's charging right next to you, and you're not looking at him. In fact, you're not really looking at your team at all. You're just okay. That's a nice sleep. Very nice sleep. Ended up getting him killed. Very nice. But yeah, you are definitely too aggressive. Don't know why. Okay, that's not a bad Ainun actually. I was about to criticize his Ainun because, like, you guys have kind of already won this fight. Right now it's just cleanup. So all in all, you were really a bit on the aggressive side there. Like, I think 2 of your teammates died in that time that you could have saved. Which is not good. Like, keeping your team alive is just better. Like, usually better than getting kills on the enemy. If you can if you can choose between saving a teammate and killing an enemy, you usually want to save your teammate. Not always, of course, but generally speaking. I mean, that's your job after all. Yeah, can you save her? Oh, definitely sleep that. Okay. Little bit slow on the sleep. Got it in the end, but they got a shatter off, unfortunately. Yeah, I like that you're retreating there. That's decent. When did you nano the Zarya? I didn't even see that. I mean... Okay, so you get shattered and... There you use it. I didn't even see that. I want to say that's a decent nano. Yes, it's a defensive nano, but it's on your Zarya. She's highly charged. Like that's a pretty good nano, all things considered. I don't hate it. It keeps her alive, which is really good. Like, if there's any teammate, like in general, if there's any teammate you want to keep alive, it's Zarya. Like other heroes, like they respawn, they're back in the fight, whatever. Zarya, she respawns, she's on 0 energy, so that's good. If you can keep Zarya alive, that's beautiful. If she's got charge, that is. Anyway. She doesn't end up getting too much value from the nano, but as I said, like just keeping her alive is beautiful. Love that sleep. It's not the highest value sleep, but it's nice. Just getting them on the way out. You're a little bit too far forward right now. Like, well, first of all, Reaper's behind you. Like, he could kill you. He's not gonna. He's focusing Sigma for whatever reason. He could kill you. But apart from that, like, you're almost within Ryan's hammer range. Like, if he just takes like one step forward, he can start hitting you. Which, I mean, you never want to be in Ryan's hammer range. So yeah, right now, definitely way too far forward. You want to be back. Like, the general rule, you want to be behind your tanks at least. Like, that's just like always good. You are behind Zarya, I'll give you that, but Just too far forward. Yeah, she's purple. You can't save her. Focus on someone else. Got her. Torb's just doing his thing. That's fine. So right now the enemy are basically just using ults. I think. Actually, no, it was just Torb. But it's fine. You're still happy to see them getting those ults out. Like, you know, they're on defense. They want to kill time, and right now they're basically killing like 10 seconds with this ult max. So give them that. You know, 10 seconds to get out of ult. You should be happy with that. Okay, anti-nade into that would have been big, but you don't have it. There we go. Love it, love it. That's very nice. You did get a bit close again. Like, I don't blame you. Like, they were really low, but it's unnecessary. Like, you could have done exactly the same from this sort of range and stayed safer. In this situation, it's fine, but I am gonna like, you want me to criticize you, so I'm gonna do that thing.
Take your medicine. This is not your time.
Yeah. Right now, just honestly chill on the payload. That's what you should be doing. Your tanks should be pushing up. They should be over here right now. Like, they shouldn't be here, but that's not your fault.
I don't think you understand the gravity of this situation.
Like, honestly, this is so, you never want 5 on payload. That's just shitty. Especially your tanks. Like, it's their job. They could be contesting here right now. Like, maybe even right here. Like, stop this grind from coming around the corner. That's what they could be doing. Instead, they're standing here. You hate to see it, but again, not your fault, so. Okay, so right now you can get a purple on the hog. Because he's not behind the shield, you'd get the hog and the BAP. That would be a decent purple. The reason being, like, they're trying to engage right now, so it would force the hog to play a lot more defensively than he would otherwise want to. Also, Reaper's in the back line. He's probably gonna get a kill or two, let's be real here. Just pointing out that opportunity for a nade. Yeah, that's a good purple. Unfortunate the Rhines got you. Well, you should have probably saved sleep for that. Like, that sleep on the hog didn't do much. You could have saved it for the Rhine. You could have. Like, this is some advice I gave other Ana player recently. Like, you don't have to nade off cooldown. Like, getting, I guess, 1 or 2 big nades is you could definitely nano booster right here. A, to heal her, like it'll heal her full. B, like, so she can melt these two, especially the hog. I think did he just take a breather, or is he reloading? In any case, like, definitely I think now is a great nano opportunity. Are you gonna? No. Unfortunate. It's fine, but you could also nano this Reaper, let him go ham back here. Also, I don't like how you're ducking in here. You did it first to chase the Zarya, now to go for the Reaper. But you should be back here. Like, your team wants to put pressure here, especially, like, I think you should be with Zarya right now. McCree's almost back. You've got 2 on the way. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, again, like, that's not a big sleep. You don't have to. If nothing else, you're tilting the hog, which I respect. But it's not really doing much more than that. Okay, that's not a great nano. The Ryan just got back. All she's gonna melt is his shield. Should have definitely used it either sooner or later. Like, that was like, the moment Ryan gets back, that's not a great opportunity to nano. She's just gonna shoot the shield, and, like, he's got a full shield. She's not gonna melt it or anything. So really not a great nano. And it wasn't even a defensive nano. That's not the excuse here. Okay, so I think right now I heard whole hog sleeping. That would be pretty big. Especially because he's nanoed. Instead, you're sniping the BAP. I respect it. I mean, he was gonna die anyway. He was in the flux. You should have definitely gone for the hog instead. Now it looks like, yeah, you're just being full on aggressive. Like, their hog's just running through you. Okay, no, he's not. Okay, well, he is running through you. He's not killed anyone yet, but he is running through you guys. Let's see how it goes. Useless nade, completely unnecessary. You could have just healed him. Yeah, speeding things up. That's fine. Just it does annoy me that your team is just chilling on payload. Like, they should be pushing up, but again, not your fault. Did you just sleep someone there? Oh no, you got the turret. Unfortunate. So that wouldn't have been a good sleep. Like, it would have been cheeky. It would have like let Torb lay down here, but like, what would that achieve? It would take him out of the fight for like 5 seconds. Instead, like, their Ryan's almost got shattered. Like, I don't expect you to be tracking ults by now, but the point remains. Also, the Reaper does have Death Blossom wherever he is. Where is he? Is that him? That's Anna. Where's Reaper? There's Reaper. He's got Death Blossom. You could save. You could be sleeping him during his Death Blossom. You could be sleeping Ryan during his Shatter, both of which are coming up. Again, I don't expect you to keep track of those things at a gold level, but it's still worth pointing out, like, this sleep does very, very little. Like, even if you hit it, it's a high risk. Like, you're unlikely to hit Torb. Like, you got the turret, but even so, like, Torb would have probably, like, it's a very long range sleep, so the travel time is there. So the point is, it is a high risk sleep and very low reward. You'd rather, I mean, let's just see if you need it in the next 12 seconds. Then we'll know. That's not good. You shouldn't be trying to snipe the turret. That's not your job. Did you have to die to it? I mean, probably not. Like, you could have stayed safe from it. You're getting chipped down for a while, so you could have definitely avoided that instead of trying to out-snipe it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you could have slipped that. Like, I do like that you purpled it, though. I'm not sure, like, if that was reaction or what, but unfortunate that you didn't save the Zarya. That was close. Could have slipped that. Would have been a big sleep. I like that sleep. It is a low value sleep, but you are on your way out, so you're unlikely to need a bigger sleep in the next 12 seconds, because right now, for the next 12 seconds, you're probably going to want to wait for your tanks to respawn, especially the Sigma who just died. So that's why I don't mind that sleep, just to help you get out better. Your team's trying really hard to push. They shouldn't be. Yeah, that's a fine nade. I would have said, like, it would have been better for your Mercy to heal you, but she wasn't gonna, so that's a fine nade. That sucks. You were doing everything to try to keep him alive. That's not your fault. You did what you could. Yeah, I don't mind you shooting there, but, like, look at your team while that's happening. Okay, they don't need your help. So actually, I don't mind that. It's not really your job, but okay, fuck. Yeah, you're dead. You could have saved the sleep for after the Death Blossom, but again, I don't really blame you for that. You did sleep him. Onward. Okay, now your team's going this way. That's I want to say sneaky. I mean, these guys are gonna see it coming. I'm just gonna watch from this perspective. Okay, maybe they don't. Now they do. Took them a while. um, here we go.
Nano boost is ready. Get in there, and I'll hit you.
Yeah, I do like that you just said that. You just told that to your Reaper, like, go in. That's good. Okay, that doesn't mean you should fade in. Little bit. Yeah, actually, I was quite late on that nano. Yeah, a little bit late. Unlucky. I would have been a fine sleep. Not a big sleep, a fine sleep. Yeah, I don't know if you could hear, like, the headphones, but Ryan's behind you. I always have to recommend headphones. Surround sound is just so beautiful. Audio cues, like, if you're missing audio cues, you're missing, like, half the game. Again, not a big nade. Like, if I can give advice, just stop going for these low value nades. Or not nades, sleep, sorry. That's unfortunate. She got like 1 in the grave. She would have also gotten the hog in the grave, but she didn't. So that's a good nade, very good. You healed yourself and a teammate and you purpled the hog. That's beautiful. I love that you're just ducking behind the payload, staying safe. That's beautiful. I like that. I like that nade. It could have kept, who was it, your Reaper alive, so that's why I respect it. It ended up being low value, but it could have been a lot higher value. So there's that. And you end up winning. That's, well, not winning, making it to the end. All in all, so some weird aggression that you're doing, like, it's not your job. How, like, getting long range kills. I get it, you're a sniper and whatnot, but like, even the fact that you're scoping in, like, maybe if you weren't scoping in when going for those long range shots, you don't have to scope in for going for those types of shots. When it's in just a straight line, because scoping in kind of blinds you to a lot of things. Like, so you were missing your teammates to see if they were in danger or not. They ended up not needing you, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have been looking at them, if that makes sense. All in all, like, I can't really complain about your aim. It's fine. It's serviceable. Going for aggressive shot, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Very low value sleep. Yeah, I don't mind what you're doing now, it's fine. Not much to talk about, I guess. I respect that nade. It didn't end up hitting, but I respect it. Trying to save that Kree. Poor fool ended up dying anyway. Another low value sleep, like super low value. I mean, they're busy waiting to regroup, like, right now. Like, they're not looking to engage, so you're not even wasting their time. You're just pissing off Soldier. Like, pissing players off, yeah, that's value, but it's low value. I like that nade, love it. You waited for purple to end and then you hit her with the nade. It's beautiful. Now you were out here for a little bit, and it's fine because their team ended up pushing this way, but if they ended up pushing you instead, which they could have done, like, it would have been probably smarter for them to do that. You would have been dead. So it's fine. I like what you did there. But just I'm gonna point out that risk there. It's not much of a risk, but it is a risk. They could have gone for you instead of your team, and you would have died. Another high risk, low reward sleep.
I will keep you here.
you're getting pretty close to Nano, and you don't really have anyone to combo that with. Like McCree Nano Cowboy is super fun, but like that's like putting a lot of pressure on your McCree to hit his shots. It's not a bad play, but it is like a risky play. Reason being, like McCree's just this, like a little bit of a risky hero, you know. Like if he hits his shot, it's amazing. If he doesn't, he he doesn't get value. A better target is probably Orisa. She just shoots so many bullets. So like you're more likely to get some value from nanoing Orisa than from nanoing McCree. You might get more value from McCree. You might get less value from McCree, if that makes sense. Nano, why is Mercy flat? Guess she's mid guardian. You don't want to nano her. You might want to nano Zarya if she's got charge, but she doesn't, so that's not a nano target. And Junkrat, not fond of nano Junkrat. I mean, it's not bad, but I'd rather nano either Orisa or McCree. So that's it. That's who you should be thinking of at this moment because you're close to nano. Another. Stop. Yeah, stop that. Best case scenario, it'll waste like 8 seconds of one of their players, which is just low value. That's the best case scenario because they're not even pushing in yet, so it would have gotten basically no value. So right now you're pushing up here to try to save these guys. I respect it, but Mercy just popped Valk to do the same. So right now your tanks are actually vulnerable. Your tanks, okay, you're Zarya. I was looking for Zarya. So like during that Mercy pop to Valk, you can safely go back here, is what I'm saying. And you kind of end up doing that, so that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm low value, high risk. Don't do it. You're pretty much just using sleep off cooldown, and that's just not good. Yeah. Very good, you just saved their ass there. If it were up to me, like when Ryan was holding up his shield, like I think you were waiting for him to drop it or something, but in that time I would have probably rotated around to the right to be behind your tanks. It's fine, but again, I think you're just thinking a little bit too much about being aggressive instead of protecting your team. And yet again, like your Orisa's behind you. I think she's okay. Mercy's on her at least. But you should have been looking at her instead of the Ryan, is how I feel. Killing him is not your job. Would have been fine if no one was damaged, but you didn't know if the Orisa was damaged or not. Okay, wonderful. She just popped her ult, which means you shouldn't. Orisa ult is the best ult in the game, believe it or not. Statistically speaking, that is. It's when Orisa uses her ult, statistically speaking, it wins the most team fights. So unless something changes, unless like the enemy team invests a few ults, you don't want to ult right here. Let's see if you do. You do. To be fair, they nano bladed, so there's that. Little bit late on that. Yeah, that just wasn't a great ult. For the reason I explained. Okay, you just lost 3. That's outside of your control. Them dying to a D.Va bomb. There's not much you could have done to prevent that. So now that you've lost 3 of your teammates, it's time to get the fuck out. Or die on point. One of those two. Either die on point or get the fuck out. Yeah, you're not even on point. Like, if you're gonna be here, at least be here. Like I said, either be here or here. Because you're not gonna win this fight. So either retreat for the next fight or die to get back to your team for the next fight. Like, there was no way you were gonna win that fight. Like, so if you're in a situation where you know for a fact you can't win the fight, that's what you should be thinking. Either die or get out. Lots of poking.
Only hurt for a minute.
Yeah, that's bad. So, BAP window, lots of damage coming your way. You want to get in cover. The nearest cover, I believe, you can get back here. That's not a great cover. I'd rather aim for here, but that's a long run. So maybe behind this pillar. Point is just you want to get out of the way right now. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. Mercy died. That's not your fault. I think she was out in the open. Let's just go back like 5 seconds. You could have been keeping an eye on her and keeping her alive, but I don't think you should have. I don't think. I mean, I think she should have gotten in cover. That's what she should have done. So I don't blame. Well, let's look at what was Mercy doing there. Yeah, no, she's okay. Well, she went up there. Healing the McCree. Yeah, no, she was just out in the open in front of the BAP window. So, in fact, you couldn't have healed her up there. So, never mind. Like, I retract the statement that you could have saved her. You couldn't even have saved her. Good to know. Yeah, a little bit risky. Even standing here is risky. Like, you're on low health. So, I'm gonna point that out. You like want to stay nice and safe. Again, even standing here, it's a risk. You don't want to come out here like low health. Stay safe. You're busy trying to snipe. You've got 75 health. Like one random Junkrat spam or a Helix rocket from Soldier could kill you. I think that's about it. Like BAP could maybe kill you, but like it's point is like you're taking a risk here, and like for what? I mean, as Anna, you're unlikely to get a kill unless enemies on their own. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, going for that sleep dart instead of keeping your Orisa alive. And like, what would that sleep dart have done?
You're powered up. Get in there.
I don't mind it. Your one tank just died, so this is what I call a pressure ult. It's what you should be using with care, because right now you're down one. Actually, that's decent. It gives your Mercy that opportunity to res even. So I like it. Like, this is actually a very, very good example of a pressure ult. So when I think, I'm just gonna go on a bit of a tangent. So I believe Anna's got 3 kinds of, well, yeah, what is it? 3 kinds of ultimates. First up, a combo ult. That's when you like nano blade or nano visor or a few different ones. Like if Zarya grabs, you nano the Rhine to swing into the grab. That's another combo ult. Second one is a life-saving ult, which I mean you're familiar with. You nano someone when they're at low health. And the third kind is a pressure ult, or what I call a pressure ult. Just like nanoing just to make pressure because right now this nano Zarya is actually pushing these guys back. That's what I mean by a pressure ult. Another example, like if it's not pushing them back, it's just outright killing them. When you're in a scrappy fight, you can use a pressure ult to basically empower one person, just like any person, like literally anyone who's nanoed. Like obviously some people are better to nano than others, but just nano them basically just to make them more of a threat. So that's this, and I think it's a beautiful example of that kind of ult. So props. I don't know if that was your intention or not, but yeah, I'm gonna give you some praise. Beautiful, beautiful purple on the Rhine. I love it. such a shame that he charged her. Like, that's so big. Because he charged it off the payload. So right now, who can be on the payload? It's probably gonna be Mercy. Actually, no, she's gonna fly off it, and then they're just gonna cap. So that's really unfortunate. Like right now, I think Orisa should be going for the payload. Someone should be going for the payload, and it's not Mercy, and it's not you. So that's a big pin by the Rhine. She ends up dying to it as well, which is unfortunate. And they end up capping, which, I mean, okay, well, do they? Like, place your bets. Does Junkrat touch in time? Nope. So yeah, they end up capping. Not much you could have done to prevent that. I suppose you could have slept the Rhine mid-charge. Like, actually, I'm just gonna go back like fifth, yeah, about like this much. Let's see. Could you have prevented it? Could you have prevented it? That's the question we're asking. Could you have prevented them capping here? And let's see. So, yeah, you nano the Zara. I love it. Like I said, pressure ult. So yeah, right now you could have slept the Rhyme if you had sleep. Let's see if you could have had sleep. What did you use your sleep on? Because I really want to hammer in. Like you do a lot of low value sleeps. Like, okay, now it's down. What do you use your sleep on? Okay, you use your sleep into the Diva defense matrix, and it costs your Orisa her life. So I don't think there's any question that was a bad sleep, even if it hit the Diva. Like, Zarya would have woken her up in like no time. So would have been a very, very low value sleep in the best case. So yeah, this is just why I'm hammering on, like, stop doing these low value sleeps. You could have potentially, if you hadn't used your sleep there, you could have used your sleep. Well, either there to interrupt the shatter, which would have been nice, or here to stop the charge. So yeah, like I don't think you've like interrupted an ability once, unless I'm mistaken. Like, I'm probably mistaken, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. You definitely want to be using sleep to interrupt things like charge or shatter. So yeah, all in all, yeah, you could have saved that fight. Yeah, I do appreciate that you're staying safe here. I would have been staying even more safe, just closer to the edge. Like, you never know when some random bullshit's gonna hit you around the corner and you need to duck away. Like, it's fine, but it could have been better, is what I'm saying. Love it, really love it. That's a good nade. Now you've got a monkey. I like it. How do you play with a monkey? Oh, okay, Diva. This would be a fine sleep if she doesn't get woken up. Reason being, you sleep her, she's just sleeping your backline. She's out of the fight for a while. It's wonderful. You love it. But right now, you should be thinking of your monkey. He's in. He's gonna need your help at some point. You miss it, unfortunate. I would have liked that sleep. I would have. As long as none of your team woke her up.
I remember
This fight goes beautifully in any case. Nothing more to say here, I don't think. That's a good nade. I love it. Yeah, I respect it. That's a fine nano. Reason being, I mean, okay, well, first up, your monkey just died, so that sucks. How did he die? Could you have saved him? Sorry, I have to ask these questions. Where was your monkey when he died? Was he feeding, or could you have saved him? There he is. Okay, no, you couldn't have saved him. Like, unless you were all the way back here, you could have. You could have saved him if you were standing here, but you shouldn't have been standing here, so it's fine. Any case, your monkey's dead now. Your Zarya grabs, like she shouldn't have grabbed here, let's be real here. She really shouldn't have grabbed here after the monkey died. But she does anyway. And your nano gives her the best chance of getting value out of that grab. So I respect it. Arguably, it's like sunken cost fallacy. Like I still don't think it's gonna get much value, but it gives you the biggest chance of actually getting value out of this grab. So that's why I respect it. Let's see if she does get value. Oh, okay, that changes things. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Big purple. I love it. I fucking love it. All in all, okay, that was lovely. That was really lovely to watch. Everything past the Winston dying was just... In fact, I want to watch it again. That's how nice it was. Let's watch it in real time. So yeah, Nano the Zarya, big purple, and a team wipe. Yeah, no, that's lovely. I feel like you're positioning a little bit aggressively again. Like over here, you were waiting here for them to come, and that's alright. It's alright because I don't have anything that can just come around the corner and one-shot you like a Widow or a Hanzo. But personally, I would have liked to see you further back. You're not gonna get a kill for... Like, you're Anna. You take 3 shots to kill anyone. Like, you're not gonna kill anyone, so why bother? You get charged. I mean, okay, well, you got shattered first, so... You get res, that's really nice. I would immediately just lay at my feet to get the Rhine. To get the Rhine. Walk past your shield and do that. That's a good sleep. That's the type of sleep I want to see more of. You died to the... Yeah, I don't think it was possible to dodge that. I think you could have maybe if you walked forward, but walking forward would have been scary because of all these guys, so that's fine. You go Lucio. I like that you're going Lucio to stall. That's really nice. Just to get back on payload. I really like it. It's probably not gonna make a difference, but it's about like who's the most likely to make a difference. And in that situation, yes, it was Lucio. Still not super likely, but more likely than anyone else. Oof. And that's the end of that. So yeah, it was fine, like... Your Lucio play could have been better, whatever. Onward.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
Don't you think it's time you hunt? You're not getting along.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective.
I will keep you here. Die, Peter.
Yeah, fine nade. generally speaking, your other like you don't want to nade yourself. You want to let your other support heal you, but I don't think this Mercy's gonna. So like that's fine that you're nading yourself. Ooh, your Ryan's in a bit of a pickle. You're gonna have to try to save him. Yeah, nothing you could have done there to save your Ryan, but I would have still tried. I would have probably stood here and tried to just, if he gets through that door, scope him. But then the other Ryan came in, he would have shielded off anyway, so would have been pointless. But completely useless nade.
I'm taking care. Keep your head. Let's take this.
Really unfortunate that you couldn't save the Mercy. Like, I don't blame you. That like I don't say I won't go as far as to say you should have saved the Mercy there, but you could have. I love it. You missed that nade, but you've got to go for those. You'll get them someday.
My ultimate is charging.
You've got a Rhine now. Okay, I mean you had a Rhine earlier. Okay, so over there where Ryan was, okay, he's moved a little bit down now, but he was a little bit higher up on the payload. You actually had an opportunity, a very, very brief opportunity, like too brief to actually take, where you could actually nade under his shield. I just wanted to point that out. Now he's off the payload, so that opportunity is completely gone, but you could sleep that Moira. Please. I mean, it's a tough sleep, but you should. Oh, I love it. I love it. Ooh, that's unfortunate that his Reptar got blown up.
I wasn't cut out for retirement anyway.
How did they get off the payload? I'm super curious. I feel like that was a C9. Yep, they just got off the payload.
Complete.
Literally no reason to. That's embarrassing. Yeah. Onward. Love to see it. Now you're on Mercy.
Attackers incoming.
Not exactly. Okay. I don't like that you're on Mercy because two things. You've got a Zen and you've got a Rhine. Now, Mercy Zen is a low healing comp, which is fine with some tank lines, but Rhine specifically, he needs that juice. He needs that healing. Mercy Zen Rhine is not good. Like, so in this situation, definitely I wouldn't be thinking Mercy. I would be thinking Anna. If you still had a Winston, Mercy Zone would be fine because Winston doesn't rely on healing as much, or Orisa, or Wrecking Bull, or I guess that's like, or yeah, okay, well, 2 off tanks. You still probably want more healing. Okay, so like if you had a Winston, a Bull, or a Orisa, you could play Mercy's in, but because you've got a Ryan, like I would definitely be thinking Anna. If your Zen doesn't want to swap, that is.
Where does it hurt? Understood.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A. Group up.
Okay, your team's looking to flank for the left. Your McCree's not. This is bad. Your Zen's here. She can probably take care of the McCree, so you should be with your team. I don't like what your team's doing, but you've got to support him regardless. You're going with them. That's good. I think your McCree's following you. He said group up. So is he coming? Yeah, he is. But Zen's all alone now, so that's not good.
Damage increase.
Like, yeah, you're not really. I mean, all of these are okay. Well, the only person you should be damage boosting at this point is McCree. Reaper, he does nothing at this range. Ryan, he's holding his shield up. Or Zarya, she's not doing much. Like, only person you should be damage boosting is McCree for sure. Unless Ryan's fire striking, I'll give you that. That's the only exception, I guess.
60 seconds.
Mercy in Bereitschaft.
Yeah, try to save that Kree. Sounds like they've got a Bastion. That's really bad for you.
You needed a doctor?
Yeah, see, you're just constantly having to heal, which you don't want to be doing on Mercy. If you're just healing, you're really better off playing a different healer. That's not a good res. That's a risky res. I think it ends up being okay. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it ends up costing you your life. You don't want to trade your life going for a res. That's generally not good.
I'm here.
10 seconds.
Oof. So yeah, on that last push definitely, like, I think you could have done more on Mercy, but I don't think you should have been on Mercy. Anyway, that was the VOD review. So in general, like on Anna, you're being strangely aggressive. Like, yeah, you should be being aggressive with Anna sometimes, but like I'm not too fond of the times you are. You're going for a lot of low value sleeps. Stop doing that. Your nades, okay, well, you've got like 3 or so nades that are just literally completely no value. I get it. You want to use your abilities, but use them wisely. Don't just use them for the sake of using them. Positioning wise, again, a little bit on the aggressive side. Like, because you're going for that damage, and I mean, as Anna, you're unlikely to get kills in situations like that. You're more likely to get kills like if enemies out of position, you can go for it, or if you're behind your team, you can go for it. But like, you're taking angles where you're like all alone shooting at enemies, and you're just not gonna get kills like that. It's pretty much pointless. So in a lot of those situations, you could be positioning a lot more defensively. It's just about staying safe. Like, you don't want to die. Obviously, you don't want to die. And yeah, I guess that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this. Please do leave me your feedback. I'm always happy to get feedback. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.